Hey, this is Bob Perez, and this is the 4-ounce factor technique of the week. Last week we discussed proper hand-foot combinations. Today we're going to discuss hand strikes, evasive movements such as the roll, the pivot, the pull, and then we're going to work a little bit on pad drills and putting the hand combinations together. Now, I'd like to first discuss proper stance. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to stagger our stance. We don't want a traditional Thai stance. We don't want a traditional boxing stance. So we're going to do is stagger the stance a little bit. We're going to distribute our weight equally. Backhand, I like on the cheek, and like I said before, this is just how I prefer it, on the cheek. Front hand is going to be right below eye level. And we're going to discuss 6 different punches today. Punch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We like to number our punches here because it makes it a lot simpler to call during pad drills. It's a lot easier to say 2, 3, 2 than to say right cross, left hook, right cross. So number your punches. You can number them any way you want. We find that it works really well here. So once again, you want to make sure that when one hand is out, the other one is high, protecting the face. We want to make sure when we throw our punches that our feet and our hips are in the right direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll add 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, notice when I punch 2 and 3, I'm twisting or turning the hips. The power's coming from the floor up to my strike. And then when I close off that hook, I'm here, okay? Now I prefer 4 to be the straight. It's the same as punch 2. You can throw the right hook, you know, like I said, any punch you want. So now I'm going to discuss some evasive moves. First of all, we're going to talk about a roll. A roll basically is an evasive move getting under a wild punch, a wild hook, or a long hook. So somebody's throwing a left hook at me, for example. I'm going to drop, roll back to my back leg, and I'll be ready to strike from there. We're going to roll, transfer the weight, and come here. If they throw a right hook, I'm going to roll outside of their punch, step, and finish with that movement there. There's something called the Cobra. It's done in Muay Thai where you'll come straight back getting away from a punch. I like to use a pull, which is we'll get away and come right back. So I'm going to use one of my students, Jolene Carter, to help me demonstrate with pad work. We're going to do basic stuff. We're going to talk about punches 1 through 4, rolls, a pivot, and a pull. Okay, now the pivot, let me talk a little bit about that. A pivot's going to be used, once again, evasive, pivoting out of the way, then you can counter with whatever punch you'd like. Let me get my pads, and Jolene's going to help me out. Now we're going to start, come right over here. We're going to start with punches 1 through 4. And when you're holding pads, just give them a little slap back. So we're going to punch 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 1, 2. So we just want to progress on up. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the roll or show you how to do the roll. I'll throw the left hook, and she's going to roll back, transfer her weight, and be in a position to counter. Good. Now we're going to throw the right hook. She's going to roll outside. She's going to step, and she'll be in position to throw her hook. Here we go. Good. Now we'll talk about the pull a little bit. Once again, the pull, we're going to move back out of the way. You can even use the lead hand to kind of gauge distance. So she's going to pull and throw the backhand. Good. Now, let's put the punches, the rolls together. Let me show you that pivot. The pivot, all she's going to do is get out of my way. And she can add an upper, which would be punch 6, or right upper. She can throw punch number 2. But right now, we're going to do a sequence of punches, putting everything together. Okay? So you saw punches 1 through 4. You saw the roll. Now let's show a pull. We're going to throw 1, 2, pull out, and throw punch 2. Very good. Now, boxers have really great head movement. doesn't always translate well into MMA because they like to bend from the waist a lot because they don't have to worry about knees or kicks to the head. So that's why this roll is so important. So what we're going to do is throw 2, 3, 2, roll, 2, 3, 2. This is a really good drill to force you to bend at the legs and continue that chain. So 2, 3, 2, roll, 2, 3, 2. Now she's going to show us we start off slow and we progress. Good. Now, once again, guys, we like to number our punches. So like I said, it's easier to say 2, 3, 2 than right cross, left hook, right cross. So I'm going to just cross some numbers and she's going to follow. 1, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Real easy, guys. So if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you guys. Hit me up at we_love_fighting@yahoo.com. And once again, this is Jolene Carter, former boxer, Muay Thai practitioner, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. She's now one of Houston's leading personal trainers. Check her out at jolenecarter.com. So 4 Ounce Factor, guys. See you next week.